Who's next, Naomi? I tell you what, I love hearing stories like that. You know, hearing our team that where they go, all of a sudden they're doing great things. You know, they're just average people. I shouldn't say average, but normal people. And it's really nice. Who's next?
Who's next? We've got Merilyn.
Oh, no. Merilyn, here she is. Let me get her up here. There we go. It's the 2-minute tip lady. Hey, Merilyn. Oops, I've just muted. There we go. I'm going to let you take over, Naomi.
Hi, Merilyn. How are you?
Me.
Can you hear me okay?
Can hear you.
Oh, good.
And you can hear me okay?
I can. So thank you so much for coming on. I know you were travelling back from Melbourne. Merilyn is the travelling 2-tip lady. And you'll see her doing her 2 tips all over Australia. And she said to me, oh, I'm on my way back from Melbourne. And I said, wait a minute, you were just in Kempsey the other day. How did you get down to Melbourne? So this woman certainly gets around, and I wanted her to come on. She's done some great things, and Merilyn is she's just gone Gold Director. Is that right, Merilyn?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. Gold Director, and definitely on her way to executive. I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually very close to executive at the moment. And Merilyn's such a lovely lady, and you know, she's not young in years, but young in heart, and you know, that's the way she is. She takes on big challenges and just goes for it, and she's always willing to learn something new, and I love that. You know, Merilyn, is that you're always willing to take on that new challenge. So Merilyn, tell us a little bit about your story. How did you find Manatech and get started, and then we'll talk about present day as well.
Okay, well, you've sure given us some challenges. I mean, Manatech, the way we're doing it now has challenged my thinking a whole lot, but it's great to be growing, and I love growing. I hate being stagnant. But, you know, if I don't sound very, very bright, we've been travelling now 13 and a half hours today, and we're not home yet, so I'm tired. But thankfully, Amber Toes gives the cognitive function most of the time that I need. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, just in brief, I started with Manatech about almost 17 years ago when I had some major health challenges, and I tried all the normal drugs and other stuff that you're given, and only had side effects and no good results, and was feeling pretty desperate. And then Manatech came along, and oh, what a blessing. And then as I took it and I got better, and I understand that we all say it's not to treat or cure any disease, but it's amazing what the body will do when it's given the right tools. I have seen that over the years that it's absolutely astonishing. It's done wonderful things for me. It shocked my respiratory specialist a year ago when I went back for another CT scan, and she said, oh my goodness, you must be taking the drugs we're giving you now. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm just taking more of my supplements. And she said, well, you know, this is really fantastic. But surprisingly, I'm always shocked. They don't want to know what you're doing. Anyway, she said, keep doing whatever it is. So I am. So that's why I've stuck with Manatech over the years, not because anybody's pushed me to, but because the products made a difference. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm quite sure that many of us have taken many supplements over the years, and can you really look back and go, those ones actually made a difference? I never knew. I didn't know if they did or they didn't. But I do know with Manatech that if I stop taking it, I don't feel good anymore. I know it works. So nobody's pushed me. I've just kept on going, swallowing. And yes, it's been part of our food budget, because otherwise we wouldn't have afforded it. We would have said, no, it's just something we can't do. But we knew it was that important that we just said, well, this is just part of what we do. And we cut back on some other things. And that's possible. I don't believe there really is a soul that can't afford it if they really choose to say, no, I'll tell you what, they have to have the knowledge first. You can't just believe the Joe Blow who introduces you to Manatech. You have to do your own research, and I would encourage you all. You've got the dual networking app, and if you haven't get it, jolly well go and get it tonight. Because on that app, if you will take the time to download the MP3s and stick them on your phone or whatever and listen to them while you drive or wherever you are, and you will educate yourself, you won't stop taking the products either, and you will also get the fire in your bones that says, man, I've got relatives, friends, loved ones and acquaintances everywhere I go who are suffering, and they may not need to suffer if they only gave it a go. And what can they lose? They've got the money back guarantee. I mean, what other company does that? It's absurd. I've never had a pharmacy offer me that before. When I go and buy the scripted drugs, no. So anyway, Manatech is unique. There you go. If you haven't gotten stuck into dual networking app yet, do it, because the more I listen, you know, the presidential and science talks, many of them I've heard in person over the years. I've been to Dallas a couple of times. I've been to various events, and I've heard the people speak, but I've also spoken with plenty of other people who weren't up on the stage telling their stories, but who told their stories to me because I asked. And I know this stuff works. I know it's genuine, and I know it makes a huge difference. And I'm just so thankful that I feel after I listened to one of those calls that you guys have got on Dual Networking app, that, oh, horrors, I've got to share this with so-and-so, and I must keep ears out for whoever else needs it, because otherwise I think I'm just being a selfish creature. It's just awful. So I won't do that. I'm going to talk.
Isn't it wonderful? You know, rather than thinking about yourself and, oh, you know, I don't want to share it, actually thinking, well, that's actually being selfish when I don't share these amazing products.
It is, and there are people that I didn't ever want to tell some of the reasons why I got onto the products in the first place. But as you become more open and willing to share, there are so many people who go, oh, we thought you never had a problem in your life. And we didn't know, and it encourages them. And frankly, one of the things I want written on my tombstone when I die is she was an enthusiastic encourager. That's what I want to be in lots of areas of life. And that's probably one of the reasons why in the last fortnight I've started doing these live videos that you guys told us we needed to get going and do. And yeah, I don't understand the big picture, and I don't see the full ramifications. And I probably am not doing them the way I ought to, but at least I'm getting started. And as our last Crystal spoke, and she said, you know, I said, yes, I didn't know how to do it, but I'm learning as I go. And that's what I'm doing. And somehow or other, I've fallen into the role of the two-tip lady, and it's rather fun. I'm thankfully enjoying it. Whether it makes a check, I know not.
You know, I wait for the two-tip ladies' tips. I'm like, where's the two-tip lady today?
Well, I had it ready today, but as we've been travelling, I tried to get the stupid thing to work, but I couldn't. So I thought, well, I'll do it in under the light of a service station or something. But we haven't had a chance to stop yet, so it might yet come today. You never know.
You know, and Merilyn, I know when you started, and you've probably been, you know, seriously building maybe the last 6 months or so. But when you started, had you ever done anything with technology? How did you find all this? Here you are doing live on Facebook. Tell us how you started.
No, I didn't have much clue. I've been reasonably sort of semi-techie, but I haven't done anything like what I'm doing. But I just want to backtrack for a second, and I want to say this. One of the things that keeps me going, apart from the fact that I know the products make a difference, is the fact that I watch you and James, and I see you coming on 2 or 3 times a day, doing your lives, doing just simple, encouraging things that, hang it all, any of us can do if we simply get motivated to be the leaders that I believe God wants us to be. And as I watch you two, and I know that you've both had challenges in your life, no one's got a perfect life. And every day I see you getting out there and overcoming probably some natural feelings to, oh, why the heck should I do this today? You're doing it anyway, and you're being cheerful. This has encouraged me, and we're going through a really difficult time in our life. And every day I am tempted to go, it's too hard. I can't do this. But I get out there and I do one of my 2 tips or something else, and I feel like I'm part of a clan of people who are refusing to bow down and be run over. People who are saying, no, we can stand up and we can be positive no matter what is thrown at us. And I, frankly, it's one of the things that's keeping me going, and I'm thankful.
Wow, Merilyn, that, you know, guys, I hope you got that. You know, part of a group of people, that's our team, the dual networkers that rise up above our circumstances to our purpose. So,
and I have to say that
awesome.
I respect you and James so much as I see you doing that and leading the way. And so often I see the passion and the intensity and the genuine sincerity there, and I think, aren't we lucky? I mean, we could be out doing normal business where the corporate model is the true pyramid, where the big bloke is up the top, and does he want to help you get into his position? No way. He wants to keep you down. Whereas this way, we're all being encouraged to do our very best, be our best, and succeed. And I think it's just fantastic.
It is, and you're an inspiration too, Merilyn. You know, I know you've got teams sort of all over the place, and we went down on our first trip to Canberra together. You got the train down to Sydney, then we drove down, then we got terribly lost on the way home. That's another story.
Oh, we just thought we'd go back instead of coming home.
Oh, yeah, we just, actually, it wasn't getting lost. We turned off, got some food, and then we turned in the wrong direction. So I did that, guys. I was a little bit tired.
Naomi, that illustrates our lives. So often we turn in the wrong direction, but we can, when we recognise that we're on the wrong path, we can turn around and get back going again.
Absolutely. And isn't that great?
I can see that's going to be your next 2-minute tip there, Merilyn. That'll be your next 2-minute tip, getting back on the right path again.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, you've just given me more than one there. I've got 2 now, so I'm ready for the next one. Just wait for it.
And that's the thing, guys. You can stumble a bit on the journey. You can go backwards a bit. And that's what we did on our journey. We went backwards, but you can always come back again, and you can always find that place. It might have taken a little bit longer. It's okay. Time passes anyway, so you might as well be passing the time going towards your dream and the life that you want, and the people that you want to impact. And so, Merilyn, tell us about some of your travels. I know, you've been a little bit, and you've got some planned. Now, Merilyn, she doesn't drive at night, and so it's not always easy, but tell us how you get to places.
Well, I just say I can sit on the train and I can work my head off all the way, and I can, as soon as I've finished a presentation, I can hop on the train and I can sit there and do all the follow-up straight away while it's fresh in my mind. So train travel isn't that bad, and it's not that expensive, especially for me. So I prefer to do it that way, and it's lovely meeting the people. And look, I've had people just lately in Melbourne and further afield who are on the fat loss products, And I must say that my weekly follow-up calls are a joy. I absolutely, they value me because I'm taking an interest in them, and I value them because they're trying so hard. And it's really the nicest work that you could possibly do. I get off the calls and I go to my husband, wow, I wish I had another 10 to do this with tonight. It's just such a joy. And it's so lovely to be appreciated and valued because I'm encouraging them. And I just can't wait. One of them has already written some initial results in the one of the groups. And it's great to see them coming out of their shell, and you know, they tend to hide when they're obese, and it's just lovely to see a change in their spirits coming, and it's really exciting to be part of that.
It really is, isn't it? And that's, again, you know, the feeling that we get when we can really help somebody change their life. And so you've been again down to Canberra, you caught the train down there, and then you've got another trip on Wednesday planned if things go to plan.
That's right.
Down there, and then another trip up to Armidale to visit Fiona.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Fiona, and we're going to get Fiona on as well because she's just been going great guns. But you can share a little bit about.
Well,
Fiona.
Fiona's, it's all because of you, Naomi, because you encouraged me to write my story out on my Facebook profile, and I didn't want to do that. I thought, no, people think they don't know that I've suffered in some ways, and I don't really want to tell. But anyway, I kind of wrote it as a third-party thing, and yet everybody knew that it was me. And Fiona responded, and she said, well, what are these products that made such a difference for you? And so I told her, and she's facing some tremendous challenges too. And she said, well, I wanted to try. So within the first week, she was so excited because she got her energy. She had clarity of mind again. It wasn't all fuzzy, and she felt like she was losing it. She was just so excited, and she started to talk, and people started to notice. And I think is she director now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been going amazingly,
Yeah.
sharing from her excitement. So yeah, we're heading up to. Well, I'm heading over. You're heading up to Armidale
And people, this is an example of Naomi again and her leadership. She's willing to trot all the way from Coffs Harbour to Canberra and then all the way up to Armidale and support me and Fiona and anybody else that comes. And it really is beautiful work that we do. I couldn't have anybody rubbish what we do without really giving it to them.
Oh, so true, Merilyn. And so, Merilyn, just tell us a little bit, you know, your hopes for the future.
Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what I have on my computer for my thing that just comes on the screen when I'm not using it for a minute. My biggest hope for the future is to retain a healthy mind and a healthy body and healthy finances. And part of the healthy mind is a healthy spiritual mind too, where I honour God and, you know, feel like I'm doing something that He's called me to do. So yeah, healthy mind, healthy body and healthy finances. I know that there are so many people out there who have absolutely sick, about to die financial situations, and I just can't wait to find so many of them and help them. Because we have an answer, people. It's not I don't like this term rocket science, but honestly, that it really isn't. It's just, you know, if anyone can find 5 people, and one thing that as soon as some of these family pressures that I'm under at the moment have just eased off a bit, I'm going to start making calls to associates and friends, not in Manatek, and just say to them, hey, do you guys take supplements? And they'll all say yes, because you go into their homes and you see all these bottles lined up everywhere. And I'll just say, are you interested in knowing whether any of your supplements are actually from food, or are they just from synthetic, are they synthetically derived? And if they say yes, I'll say, right, I'll just send you something and you can have a little look, have a read. And then I'll follow up with them and say, what did you think of that? And I don't know if you think this is a good idea or not, but it's been gelling in my mind for a week, and I haven't been able to actually action it. But then I'll say, well, would you be happy for me to send you a video where you can see how supplements that are the real deal from real food can actually make a difference, and you'll know it, and they actually have a 90-day money-back guarantee. How about you'd like to switch, and not only switch for your own health's sake, but switch because you're going to be able to help in a social entrepreneurship way. You're going to be able to help kids that are in need. So I've got to fine-tune that, but this is an idea that I've got that I'm going to do, because if people could just realise that this is people on our side of the fence, that they only need 5 customers and they've got $300 to $400. I mean, 5 customers on a monthly order, then they've got $200 to $400 a month. You know what? We've got an answer here, and with a little bit of work and a little bit of effort, they can earn a whole lot more. So I'm prepared to put in the effort, and I'll just be glad to tell you all when it's all working.
Yeah, I think it is working for you, and you're doing great, Merilyn. You know, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for stepping up and, you know, just getting out there and visiting your team and making things happen. And you're doing a great job. So well done. I don't know if James wanted to add anything there.
I really do. You know, one of the big things, Merilyn, I'm hearing from you is a veracity, a belief, a passion for what you're doing. And I love that. I love it. You're prepared to stand up and, you know, I think that's a big part of your success. I mean, for how long did you say, I keep putting the popcorn in, the corn into the popcorn maker, but nothing's popping? And then all of a sudden, everything starts to pop. I mean, this went on for months and months and months, over a year, with no popping. And then all of a sudden, the messages, it's popping, it keeps popping. I've got some more, it just keeps popping.
And for that reason, people need not be discouraged, because even though, I mean, the fact is, it's not just other people popping in my funnel, it's things popping in my brain that I'm suddenly realising, oh, the main goal is simply to get people in the groups, simply to say, I might have something that could help you with that. Shall I pop you in a group where you can see how others deal with that problem? How simple is that? It's really just that the popcorn is popping in my brain.
You know what? But it's exactly right. I mean, you're adding, and you've been continually adding people to the groups for a very, very long time. Well, not very long. It's for over 12 months. And, you know, and that's the key, isn't it? It's that they're being dripped on. They're seeing information, and then one day they're in that looking zone. Merilyn, congratulations. I can't wait to see you very soon. I know you and Ken are coming up to the Coffs Harbour Mastermind event.
Yep.
Can't wait for that. I'm proud of you.
Tell us, Merilyn, why are you coming to that? You know, it's another trip for you.
Why? Especially when one of the days we won't even be there, because we have prior spiritual commitments, and so we honour that. We honour God first in our lives, just like you do, and we all understand things at different stages. We're coming because, well, it is absolutely wonderful. As far as I'm concerned, all the people in our team are my family, and I'm getting to love you all, and I want to spend time with you. And I know that as we do, we're going to learn and grow so much more than by just being out here as our little cold kernel of popcorn. We'll get together and we'll all start to pop. So won't that be fun?
Sure will be.
I love that. That's a very valid way of looking at it. And congratulations, Merilyn. Looking forward to having you here.